What is going on, everyone? It's Wilson. Happy weekend. I get asked a lot about SureTrader as a brokerage platform or as a brokerage in general for day trading stocks and whether or not I recommend it. I will be going into detail with SureTrader in this video, and I will give you my thoughts on it. I'll show you guys a demo of the platform where I'm using it, and personally I do not use SureTrader, so that's just one thing I want to point out real quick. I use E-Trade, but I have used SureTrader before. I've used all the other brokerages out there, such as Interactive Brokers, Thinkorswim, Trade, and I've tried them all, and I know the pros and cons of every single one. I've also used SureTrader for demoing and testing out the platform, so I think I can give a pretty in-depth review on what I think about it and the pros and cons of using SureTrader and whether it is correct for you. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to get the latest stock trading updates of my live trades and tips and everything else I have. You can also follow me anytime on Twitter at @iswilson8. Well, let's get right into it. So, what is SureTrader? SureTrader is a brokerage that's similar to E-Trade, Trade, Fidelity, Charles Schwab, all the other main brokerages that you heard about there, Interactive Brokers, Thinkorswim, but they are based in Bahamas, so they're not a US-based brokerage, and I'll be going into a little detail a little bit later on the pros and cons of using an offshore brokerages, but basically they're based in Bahamas and they don't follow the US regulations. They allow you to day trade freely without having to deal with the PDT rule. So we all know the pattern day trading rule is a huge problem for new traders, especially people who want to day trade, they want to scalp, they want to make $100, $200 a day. This PDT rule just gets in the way, but it is a law that is implemented by the US government. So all these brokerages that are based in US, like such as E-Trade or Charles Schwab, Thinkorswim, etc., they're required to implement this law. But with SureTrader, because they're offshore, they don't have to follow by the rules exactly. So you're allowed to not have any restrictions or penalties or warnings if you're day trading with SureTrader. What is great about SureTrader is that it allows you to create a margin account with a minimum of $500. So if you are somebody that's just starting off day trading or just want to dive into trading stocks in general, you probably don't have $25,000 for the minimum investment of most of these margin accounts with other brokerages. But with SureTrader, all you need is $500 and you can get started on a margin account and start trading right away. So that's pretty awesome, especially for newer traders. You know, if you're only making $50,000 a year and you have mortgages and you have a family, but you really want to day trade and you want to make some money, then SureTrader allows you to do it with just $500 as a minimum. They have most of the penny stocks. So if you're a part of some sort of chat room that talks about these gappers or volume up penny stocks that are going crazy, and you know you can get in for a quick profit with a big position size, they have it on listed within SureTrader. So it's pretty good that they have that, because with stuff like Robinhood or Fidelity and a lot of these other mainstream brokerages, they don't allow you to trade penny stocks or OTC stocks. But with SureTrader, they actually have it listed, which is pretty awesome. They do have an option chain for you to trade, but most people don't use it for the options. I've never used the options, so I can't really put a review in it. But they do have that for you. Most people use it for equities and just stock trading in general, like day trading. It's they provide a more advanced platform and system than the traditional E-Trade, Fidelity, or Trade, mainly because if you're looking to step up your day trading level, let's say you've been value investing or you've been growth investing in these more traditional accounts such as Fidelity, you want to get into day trading, you want to get into the fast hype movement, then SureTrader allows you to get a platform where you can really simply get into orders quickly. They're really well executed, and it gives you all the latest charts. And the platform is very user-friendly. It's very robust. It comes to a level 2 market data, research, news, everything within one simple platform, and you can place trades right away. You can see if your orders are getting filled. I think it's just like allowing you to take another level up from the traditional brokerages where you're only using it to do these like dividend stocks and stuff like that. So again, it really helps you get started with day trading easily and step up your level. So let's talk about the pros of SureTrader. The most, I think, probably the most highest level of pro that I would say for when it comes down to SureTrader is the 6-to-1 margin leverage that they give you. So this is huge for people with small accounts, right? You can deposit a minimum of $500 and you get a 6x leverage to buy or short stocks. That is huge, especially for smaller accounts. Now, I would never recommend that anyone just puts $500 in SureTrader. I would recommend that you begin with something like $1,500 to $2,000 so that you actually have more leverage. But let's say you put in $2,000, 6x that as a leverage means that you get $12,000 in buying power, which is pretty good, you know, for such a minimum amount of investment. Now, there's also a downside to it, which is that if you're only putting in $500, now this only applies if you're putting in the minimum of $500. If it goes below 500, you have to put more money in order to maintain your account status, which is a pretty big downside, because if you're day trading in this stock and you want to cut your losses early and you only put in $500, then you're pretty much going to have to put in more money again. Either that, or you're going to be so emotionally attached to the stock that you don't end up cutting your losses and you lose more money than you should. So that's the downside of the leverage, and this is also why I recommend a minimum of at least $1,500 to $2,000. When I was playing around with SureTrader, I put in $2,000. Another pro of SureTrader that people love is that they don't have the PDT rule. And the reason why they can do this is because they're based in the Bahamas. They're an offshore company. They don't follow the U.S. regulations. They don't follow the laws of the U.S. regulations. Don't mean that they don't have their own laws. It just means that they're incorporated in a different country. So it allows them to lift off these type of PDT restrictions, and that allows day traders, especially with smaller accounts, to actually make day trades without getting that penalty of the PDT rule. Another pro of SureTrader is that it allows you to short stocks because they provide you with a margin account from your initial deposit. With main brokerages such as like Fidelity or Charles Schwab, Thinkorswim, you have to maintain like a $30,000 minimum in order to apply for a margin account, and then you have to get approved. And even with that, you still need a certain amount of capital within your account in order to trade on margin. In order to short stocks. But SureTrader allows you to short stocks with just the minimum of $500 and the leverage, which is huge, especially if you're day trading. You want to be able to take advantage of both sides of the market. You know, you want to be able to know when the stock is going down, and you want to short these penny stocks as well as going long for the short squeezes. And having the option to do both, go long and go short, is such an advantage to people that are looking to get started in day trading. SureTrader also allows you to buy pre and post market. For something like E-Trade, you have to apply for it, you have to sign an agreement. With SureTrader, this comes naturally. So it comes within their trading accounts, and you see a stock going up, gapping up, you can buy in pre-market, or if you were holding for a little bit, you can always sell before the market opens, which is pretty cool. It has a really robust platform, as I mentioned earlier, with quick executions. I've never had problem executing trades, whereas for a lot of beginners that use stuff like Robinhood, they have to go on their phone and then they have to try and execute an order, and a lot of times they don't get filled, or there's some stupid rainbow spinning saying that you have to wait for the order to get executed. Oh my god, I mean, that can kill a trade, especially if the spread and the bid is pretty wide, and then the price is just jumping up and down like crazy. Then you don't get in at the correct prices. So SureTrader's platform is really awesome, and the fact that they have the level 2 tickers, they have the time and sales, they have the research tabs, they have really updated charts that are literally real time. I think it's probably one of the most easy platform to use for anybody that's looking to step up and start day trading. Another pro of SureTrader that I couldn't believe was so easy was their easy deposit methods. You're able to deposit $500, $1,000, $1,500, whatever you want to start off with just a credit card. I don't know any brokerage that allows you to really do that, because most of the time you have to wire, you have to transfer, and you have to wait 3 days. With this, I was able to set up SureTrader within an hour by just depositing my minimum with a credit card. So that's a huge plus for me. Of course, they also accept wire, ACH for the bigger amounts, but having that credit card allows you to pretty much fill up your account quickly, and that's a pro of SureTrader. They also have extremely quick withdrawals. So if you make your profit and you want to take your profits, or you want to move it over to another brokerage, you can just connect a bank account and boom, you have your withdrawals. Another thing that they do is that they provide you with a MasterCard. It's a master debit card. So let's say you don't want to take your profits, but you want to pay your bills, you want to go buy some stuff at the grocery store. Well, now you have a MasterCard that you can use out of your own funds from the brokerage account to make these purchases. You can buy stuff online, pretty much anything. If you're just looking to get started with SureTrader, but you're not too sure if you're going to like the platform, you're not sure if you're comfortable with it, or if it's right for you, you can always test their free demo account. They provide you with a demo account that is real time and allows you to trade and make orders real time within their demo account using their actual platform. So that's one thing that I really loved about SureTrader. Now, with all the pros, it always comes with a downside. So let's talk about some of the downsides that I hated about SureTrader. They had a terrible support, and they had minimum support reps available. I remember I had to put in the support ticket. I had to make multiple calls to the Bahamas office, and I had to switch numbers. I was on hold for the longest time. I hated it. It was like the worst thing ever. With E-Trade, if I have any questions, they're available for me 24 hours 7. I can get to a rep in any department literally within a minute without being placed on hold. So that's a really downside for me, because if I'm putting my money in something, I want to make sure I have good support. They're also an offshore company, so that means that we don't know what's ever going to happen with that company. It's not safe. They can get hacked, or they can lose all your money, and their security could have issues, and they're not protected by the US government like for example, banks. If something went wrong, you know, the US might do some sort of bailout and give you back your money, or some sort of law will protect it. But with SureTrader is a Bahama company, so they don't really have that many type of protection, and that makes it not safe for me. So it's a little security feeling kind of issue. Fees aren't really stable on SureTrader. I remember they raised their fees recently and commissions, which makes it very hard, and they're always changing. You know, they don't give you a solid rate, because they give you one and a couple months later they have a new pricing table, and that's really frustrating, especially for day traders. You have to pay for their platform. If you want to use the level 2, you want to use these real-time market data, real-time news, you have to pay, and each individual one costs like $50 or $40 a month, but they all add up if you want the whole package, and it costs about $150 a month. Now, this is an expense that I'm more than willing to spend if I'm making like $50 to $100 a day off their margin and their platform. If I'm making that much money off trades, then I don't mind spending the $150, but it's still a huge downer that the fact that you have to pay when E-Trade Pro and all these other brokerages provide the platform for free, such as Thinkorswim. One thing that I couldn't believe is that they have an inactivity fee. They based it on quarterly, but basically you have to pay $50 if you're not trading on the platform actively, which kind of sucks, even though it's only $50. But that's still a hit on your account, and plus, I don't feel like I should be paying $50 for just not being active, right? They also charge a withdrawal fee. With other platforms, I never had to charge a withdrawal fee. You know, I can transfer in and out easily, and that's what I love. But for this one, you have to pay a $40 flat rate for withdrawal, and that's one thing I didn't like about SureTrader. To get my money out, I didn't want to have to pay $40. They have an overnight margin of 7.5%, which is rather high compared to other brokerages. So if you're swing shorting a stock overnight, you're paying 7.5%. Now, other brokerages charge some sort of margin fee as well. but is usually not as high. And again, one of the biggest downsides I have to repeat is that they're offshore companies, so they're not regulated, and we don't know what is ever going to happen with the company. Alright, so here's a little demo of how the SureTrader platform looks like when you're actually using it. You can add your studies, as you can tell right here. You can pretty much add stuff like moving averages, VWAP, volume, and you can add it all directly to your charts. You can just pick whatever works for you, so whatever indicators you're used to using, that's all you have to do. For here, I can change my moving average to like 9, especially for day trading. We want to keep close tabs, or 20, 200, 50, whatever you're comfortable with and whatever your usual setup is. You can change the colors of the line. You can change the line style. You can change the volume bars. You can change the different stuff of the indicators, the different appearances. And as you can tell, you can do a lot. And for example, I just like picking the ones that work for me right here. I like a different type of line. I can make it more thicker or lighter. Really, it's up to your own preferences, but as you can tell, zooming into this chart, you can see the lines appear right here. You can type in ticker symbols right here, and you can see the live level 2 quotes, which is super important. If you look on the right side, you can place your orders right there. On the bottom, I can have multiple charts, and I can add different indicators to it as well. More towards the right side, you can do buy, call, sell, short, however you want to do it, and it's almost instant. So I like it. I can add the RSI indicators in here for the lower charts, and I like it to overlap the volume. So that's something that you can do. You can pretty much customize it right there. As you can tell, the ticker is trending, so you can see live quotes. Yeah, you can pretty much do anything you want, and this platform is just really great. I like to adjust volumes right here, adjust the colors of the volume, and I like to have 5-minute charts or 1-minute charts, and it's all possible within the SureTrader platform. So I think it's a really good platform. You can do anything you want, like different time charts. I like to have different type of volume bars or different type of appearances. I like sometimes I don't like the bars. Yeah, pretty much you can do anything. So here's just a quick review of me just changing the appearance, but make it work for you and find the option that works well for you. So here are my tips and thoughts on SureTrader. It's an awesome brokerage to get started in day trading, especially when you only have minimum capital. If you're just looking to dive into it, you don't know if it's right for you, you just want to test it, or you're working a full-time job and you don't have that much capital, this is the perfect brokerage for you to get started with. Now, I'm not affiliated with SureTrader at all, so I don't have any affiliate links or anything like that, and this is just my own personal thoughts. But as a new trader, I think it really gives you an advantage to get started, and you're able to do everything that every trader can do pretty much without having to make such a huge upfront investment. A tip that I would have is to never keep your money in it. So for me, once I hit that $10,000 in profit with SureTrader, I would transfer it over to Interactive Brokers, which is Interactive Brokers minimum requirement, or eTrader, another platform that's day trader friendly, that's based in the US. So I know that I have a peace of mind, and I know that everything is safe. That's my tip, my personal tip. You can keep building up the account, but that's just what I think. Another tip that I would give to traders that are looking to get into SureTrader is that you should have a separate account, a separate bank account for specifically using for SureTrader. Now, as a personal advice, I recommend you always keep your personal finance and your business finance separate, especially for tax reasons, or just being able to keep your budget and all that stuff. But you should have another bank account that's connected to SureTrader, just because it's an offshore company. We don't know if they can get hacked, and there could be security measures issue, and your bank information could be at risk. So have a separate one where you don't keep a lot of money in it, and you can use it to transfer in and out rather quickly. As I said before, it's a really great way to dive into day trading compared to some of the other brokerages, because it really allows you to step up that level from value or growth investing and start getting the feel of day trading with minimum amount of capital. Another big tip that I would have is that make sure you have either a Windows computer or a Mac with some sort of virtual PC box. I use a Mac personally. I've mentioned it in my other videos a lot. I love MacBooks, and I'm definitely a fan of the Apple ecosystem. I own an iPhone and everything, but I use it for the virtual PC where I run Windows when I was using SureTrader. That's because the platform only runs within Windows platform. So you either have some sort of application on your Mac, such as virtual PC box, or have like Parallel or Crossover. Those are apps that all allow you to run PC applications in Mac. Another tip that I would have is just start with a demo account and test the platform, because you don't know if you like it. Like, for example, when I tested their demo platform, I really liked it. I love the robust platform. I love how quick it was. I love all the tools that they provide for you. I love how everything fit in my screen. It was just perfect for me. So I deposit money in it. But don't take my word for it. Give it a try first, and you can sign up directly on their website for a demo account. They'll send you a download link so that you can test their platform. Well, thanks for watching. I really hope this video helped all the people that are looking to get into day trading and deciding whether or not to put money in SureTrader as a start. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe and give it a thumbs up. You can always follow me on Twitter at itswilson8, and I'll be putting out more stock videos, day trading, as well as interviews with other traders. Make sure you check out my other videos as well. Thank you for watching.